Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxson?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 14, board action to accept the proposal from Nutrition Inc. for renewal of the food service management of the district cafeteria operations for the 2013-2014 school year as presented. The total cost per meal will be $1.6377. The price of breakfast will be 80 cents, and lunches will be $1.20 for elementary, $1.30 for secondary. See attachment.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
I just did want to point out that this includes a price increase of a nickel per breakfast stand for lunches. There is a program, there's a requirement in the state that you have to plug some numbers into a formula, and we're required to increase by at least a nickel. The company had given me an alternate proposal with a dime increase, but I felt we were only required to increase by a nickel, that would be the recommendation. So that's what this represents.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Medlicka?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Holosinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Cassan?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxson?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Number 15, board action to approve personnel recommendations, the green sheets. See attachment.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Medlicka?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Holosinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Cassan?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxson?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Item number 16, board action to accept the proposal from PJ Dick for construction management services for Founders Hall. See attachment.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Medlicka?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Holosinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Cassan?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxson?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Number 17, board action on MESPA grievance number 3-4-13.
I'd like to motion to deny.
Do we have a second? Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Medlicka?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Holosinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Cassan?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxson?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Move on to committee reports, athletics. Mr. Holtzman's not here. Mr. Houses.
We did not have a meeting, but again, I'd like to congratulate all the athletes in the last several weeks that we've acknowledged, and I find it to be such a turning that my time on this board, I haven't seen us do as much as we've been recently. I think we're heading in the right direction, that these kids need that positive feedback and these moments of giving them 2 minutes in public, their acknowledgement for all the work that they do. So I appreciate doing that to me.
Great, absolutely. Thank you. Buildings and grounds, Mr. Kondrowski, Mrs. Cassan.
Yes, Madam President, Directors Cassan and Keller met with Mr. Fagan and myself. It's a short list here, but he still proves that he's worth his weight in gold, and he does a nice job. He mounted a smart board and projector in the stadium meeting room, painted a hallway leading into the swimming pool. They got keys for the new wing on the second floor of McClure rooms 240 to 255. He replaced all the ballast and light fixtures on the second floor at McClure. And we are rebuilding the 4 boilers at South Hall. We're repacking the fire installation, replacing defective burners and brushing the burner tubes, and this is all preventative maintenance. We're constructing the benches, players' benches, and the roof trusses for the new softball fields and dugouts. They're already done. We're just waiting for the weather to cooperate with us so that they could be installed. And he ordered the chairs and the ramps, everything needed for graduation. Thank you.
Yeah. Cultural diversity, Mrs. Gadsden.
Thank you. We had a meeting today. This was our regularly scheduled monthly meeting. It was attended by approximately 30 people representing the community, the staff of the school and the staff of the school district. We normally have an agenda that is pre-planned. However, based on concerns identified by the community, as the chairperson, I suspended the normal agenda and encouraged open discussion about concerns, outcomes, desired outcomes, and a strategy for accomplishing the desired outcomes. So as a result of the meeting today and the discussion that ensued, we talked about how it was that the new school, Twin Rivers, originally became named John McKee School, and then why it was named Twin Rivers. We went through the process and explained to the committee what the process was to engage the community in terms of the 5-month process by sending notifications by paper mail, by email, to parents and community stakeholders, as well as publicizing on the website, as well as in the McKeesport magazine and through board meetings. The members of the community were very clear in stating what their concerns were or are, and were quite clear about historical concerns. As members of the board who were present, we were receptive in hearing the concerns identified by the community. After hearing the concerns, we then reviewed the outline for the strategic process that we've been working on, which identifies 5 general areas, and that includes parent and community engagement, diversified recruitment, hiring and retention, development of community mentors and leaders, training and support activities per the recommendations of a survey obtained within the district, as well as faith-based / grassroots efforts to develop a unified approach to increase performance for all students in the district. This was reviewed by the committee as a whole, and it was posed to the committee to determine if this is indeed the direction that the committee needs to go in, and if in fact it is relevant. After quite a bit of animated discussions and various points of views aired, we took a vote, and it was a unanimous vote that we would move in this direction, and that we would identify specific and concrete outcomes to measure the movement to assure that all members of the community feel included.
Thank you. Education technology grants and outside funding, Mrs. Keller.
Yes, the education meeting, which normally takes place today at 5 o'clock, was canceled due to our entire elementary staff, teacher, of course, bid process that occurred today.
Thank you. Financial affairs, Mr. McGlicka.
Madam President, I do not have a report since my last report. That should be in tonight's agenda, or it will be in the attachments to my last report. But just a couple highlights that we did receive an outstanding report on the audit that was currently done, and then our fund balance is $7 million. Thank you.
Legislation and policy, Mrs. Keller.
Yes, the committee developed the updates to the following board policies, and that is reflected in our vote on item number 10. Number 248, pupils, unlawful harassment, and number 348, employees, unlawful harassment. Thank you.
There was no vote on number 10, I was just reading. Thank you. Personnel, Mr. Lucreto, Mr. McGlicka.
Yes, Madam President. As always, the administration did a fine job in putting that together, and that's reflected in the green sheets tonight. Thank you.
Safe Schools, Mr. Lopretto, does anyone have a report on Safe Schools?
I do. We didn't have a meeting this past month, but we have a meeting scheduled for Friday, April the 19th at 9 a.m.
Solicitors report, Mr. Candace.
I have one item, Madam President. We have Resolution 1054, which is a resolution of the Board of Directors of the McKeesport Area School District, whereas an investigation of the conduct of employee number 1450 was undertaken by the administration, whereas the administration suspended employee number 1450 without pay, whereas a notice and statement of charges were served on employee number 1450 on or about February 28th, 2013, and whereas employee number 1450 did not demand a hearing by letter dated March 12th, 2013. Therefore, I need a motion and a second that employee number 1450 be removed from employment with the McKeesport Area School District pursuant to Section 514 of the Public School Code of 1949 as amended. We would need a motion and a second.
We have a motion.
A motion.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. McLucko?
Yes.
Mrs. Gadsden?
Yes.
Mr. Holozinski?
Yes.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Cassan?
Yes.
Mr. Kondrowski?
Yes.
Mrs. Maxon?
Yes.
Unanimous.
That's all I have, Madam President.
Thank you. Any correspondence? Any new business?
No, I'll keep that to myself.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming tonight.
And then I was like,